All right, I'm sitting here with Travis Irwin. My name is Kalonius Maximus, and we're doing a short interview about Travis and his history of learning the guitar. So Travis, tell me a little bit about when you first picked up the instrument.
Well, I was 14 years old, and my brother was taking guitar lessons actually, and my dad just kind of was like, would you like to take guitar lessons? And I was kind of like, I guess.
All right, and then, so you said something about various teachers, influences, whatnot.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, Joe Bob Nelson was my first guitar teacher, and he was teaching me how to play out of the Mel Bay book. R. Lee.
Right.
I was reading notes on the page, and that it was good. There was some good skills being acquired, but I wasn't too turned on by that. But one day, my dad was picking me up for a guitar lesson actually, and I went out to the car, and he was just. The music was just, he was rocking in there. He was just like, my dad is an excellent air guitarist,
All right.
And so he was rocking, and I heard these sounds coming from this car, and I opened the door, and I got in the seat, and he was just, he was playing the air guitar like you never. And
that sounds like Foxy Lady, actually. Jimi Hendrix, like the man.
And
I'm from Seattle, by the way, and Jimi Hendrix is my god.
Yes.
As a fellow musician, but go on though.
So it was the Are You Experienced
Yes,
album, and
I love
it was
it.
Purple Haze. Purple Haze.
Purple Haze.
Yeah, and I came to just know that album. So manic depression.
Oh, I love it.
No.
I love it. Castles Made of Sand.
Oh my gosh.
Axis Bold as Love. Oh, I guess that was on the other album, but yeah.
But yeah,
yes.
that's
so you did it.
That sound just,
play a quick little Jimmy right now, will you?
Well, I can't play. I never learned to play Jimmy, but I did learn this chord.
All right.
Purple haze all in my brain, seeing things that don't seem the same. Yeah, so that just like, and it was this chord. My
So you went from 14 years old to all of a sudden you were like 110, like 1,000 years old.
Right, I aged.
Yeah, you're like,
Yes.
you discovered the fucking joy of rock and roll.
I did.
Yeah.
I went to Joe Bob, who my dad had told me.
I've seen you rock on the streets, bro, and you can really rock on the streets.
Thank you.
And so to hear your little story, like, oh, I learned how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb on the guitar at 14 years old, and all of a sudden you're like, Purple Haze all through my veins.
Right.
So go on, sorry.
So yeah, no, it's fine. So I my father told me that Joe Bob Nelson was an old hippie, which I have no idea. I was, it was like 1987. I didn't even really understand what he meant by that, or I don't. But anyway,
because you were still 15 years old. And like,
yeah, I guess I didn't have that context yet. But anyway, I went in to Joe Bob for that guitar lesson. I was like, have you ever heard of a guy named Jimi Hendrix?
Nice.
I'd never heard of Jimi. I mean, I was just like, I didn't know everybody knew about Jimi Hendrix.
I was like, oh, why, son? Let me take you under my wing real quick.
And I said, can you teach me Hey Joe?
Yes. Yes, I love that song.
And he was like, yes.
Nice.
Yes, I could teach you Hey Joe, but I need you to know that I do not agree with the lyrical content, the violence. I mean,
it's a rough song.
I mean, you got this.
It's a rough song.
First of all, it's like one of the best bass lines ever. So yeah, you got Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand?
Yeah, he's on a mission.
Yeah, he's going down to shoot his old lady.
Yeah,
he caught her
rough.
messing around with another man. So Joe Bob was like, "Yes, I can teach you Hey Joe."
Yeah.
But I do not agree with the lyrical content. Anyway, when we got to that, I think it may have been, I don't know, Purple Haze, Hey Joe. I'm not sure which came first, but I do remember this chord that he showed me, this E7 sharp 9 chord right here.
Wow.
And it was just, and I still remember the first time he strummed that chord. He was playing a nylon string Yamaha guitar.
Which just sounds amazing.
And so it's not like traditionally a rocking guitar.
No, but
right?
the sound.
But yeah, it's got this mellow tone, and I still remember him playing this E7 sharp 9, and I remember the vibrato.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And I got this smile on my.
You
I
just, like,
still
lit
remember
up.
that smile.
Yeah.
I still
What?
remember my heart smiling, and I was just
I
like,
can feel it right now. Like
oh.
7 years later. Yeah.
And
You fell in love.
He showed me where to put my fingers, and I did not put my guitar. I didn't put my guitar up. I had my dad carry my case out of the music store, and I just like left the
you
store.
couldn't- yeah,
I was
you-
just like, don't lose
Don't
it.
ever forget
And then
this.
I would like take my fingers off a little bit.
No.
And, just be like,
You're hoarding the cord.
Yeah.
That's called cord hoarding.
and I have this recording of me, just like on the brink of actually being able to make the music where it was just like.
Nice.
It was just like I had this
You're like-
recording for years.
It
on a
was the
cassette tape.
rebirth of you. I'm
yeah,
sure.
it was.
Yeah.
So
where? So let me ask you this: where did that take you to the next level? Where at what point were you ready to share what that gift had given you? You know what I mean?
Well, at some point I started taking classical guitar lessons from a very famous guitarist in Oklahoma City named Edgar Cruz.
Okay.
And so I started getting practicing some classical technique,
Scales
learned
and whatnot?
romanza, and
ballads and
saltarello,
stuff.
and
The Latin ones. The
yeah.
Can you play one real
I
quick?
cannot.
What he showed you?
Basically, what I remember from all of that.
From Edgar. Oh, that's beautiful, though. That's a classic.
That's
It's beautiful, though.
kind of
Everybody loves that.
That's kind of what has remained. I guess I could. There was this E minor thing. I don't know. I just really got into this. I can't remember Romanza exactly, but it was kind of that idea.
Yeah.
Just like this E minor thing, which E minor is just a great guitar key.
Right.
You've got this drone.
Yeah.
Right, so I kind of, I just started using my fingers, and then I remember at that point also.
How old were you then, by the way, with Edgar?
15.
Oh, you went straight from what's his face to Edgar.
No, actually, I didn't. I went straight
Joe Bob.
from Joe Bob, who's
Yeah.
passed away now.
Okay.
I think just a few years ago.
Bless his heart.
Died in his home.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just found out about that recently. But anyway, from Joe Bob, I actually went to Jason Cademy, who was a
Okay.
peer. He was he was my age, and he was this kid who.
It's like a prodigy or some shit.
Yes.
There's always
And-
one.
Yeah. And
There's always
and
one.
He's just like a genius prodigy, right? And I still remember him in the pit in 8th grade. So this was before I ever started playing guitar.
Yeah.
And he's playing "Talk Dirty to Me" by Poison. In front of the whole school, kind of impromptu, like he's doing some kind of show later in the
What,
day.
the cafeteria or
but he's
some
just,
bullshit?
He's just fucking jamming on the
Nice.
guitar in the pit while everybody's gathering.
Wow.
It's like, like he jammed out on Talk Dirty. So I still remember, me and my friend Jason Breed like walking out, and just being like, "Whoa, wow, that was a real event,"
Yeah.
So I showed up at Jason Cademy's door with a $5 bill in my hand.
Like, show
and
me
I was
something.
Like, yeah,
Show me Poison.
Can you be my guitar teacher? And so I just
Not
kept,
the $5 bill.
I just kept showing up at Jason
No.
Cademy's door and giving him a $5 bill until like weeks later he finally was just like, "Dude, I think we're friends now and I can't take your $5 bill." And he sat me down and kind of forced me to listen to John Coltrane
Of
and to
course.
like
There
he was
you
like
go.
follow the line in your mind.
Wow.
Like, and so I would sit there and I would like see how long I could listen to John Coltrane play Giant Steps and how long I could track his lines.
Oh wow.
And then I mean, yeah,
Because he would do the solo. John Coltrane would do the solos through the song, right? And
Right,
it was badass.
right.
Just take
Yeah.
you to the next.
He took
like,
form to another place.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. And then he kind of blew up form altogether,
Mhm.
which is kind of what like Picasso or something.
Exactly.
Like. So yeah, he was.
Antonio Gaudi of the architecture world, just like
Yes.
Salvador
yes.
Dali.
I don't know who that is, but yeah.
Well, you will. Trust
yeah,
me.
maybe. I hope I will
Someday.
someday. Yes. So So yeah, that was kind of what it was like. Is I had this peer in Jason Academy who.
Are you still friends with him?
Yes, I'm going to say yes.
Where
I
is
mean,
he?
we're kind
Your
of
Facebook, right?
we're out of touch right now.
We should
but
call him right now on the phone during this interview and just be like, "Come on, man, we're talking about it."
I don't think I've got his number anymore
Yeah,
right now, but
yeah.
I would like to be back in touch with Jason Academy.
You are
Yeah.
friends with Facebook, right?
I believe.
So then you just go to
maybe.
Messenger and you push the phone thing and it calls
Yeah,
him
that's all
instantly.
I have to do. Yeah, yeah. We've had kind of a strained relationship.
You and
know?
him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had
Was there a
some-
girl involved?
No,
Ah.
no. It was.
I'm prying,
Just-
so sorry.
Yeah, just it was music stuff. It was like he was. I mean, he was my mentor teacher.
Yeah.
You know, and I took so much. I mean, I gained so much from like learning from him. And then at some point, I don't know, just probably my immaturity or whatever. But I had this need to kind of be like to draw some lines and be like, I can't do that anymore. I'm out on my own.
Were you,
I don't know.
you were becoming your own musician at that point already?
I guess I don't
You
know.
wanted to spread your
can't-
own wings?
I was just I had a lot of insecurities and a lot of
15's a rough age.
well, this was like because we played together for years. We started a rock band
Oh,
together.
wow.
We played
What was the
Primus
name
together. We
of the
played
rock band?
We played Rush together.
What was your name? of
Me
the
and
rock band?
David Bowen and Kat. What was our?
Everybody has a.
I don't remember.
Every band has a name.
I don't remember what the name.
No.
But I remember we played one gig and it was on Juneteenth
Okay.
in Britton, Oklahoma,
Okay.
on a flatbed trailer, and I felt like a rock star that night.
Nice.
Yeah, playing with Dave Bowen and Jason Cademy.
Nice.
You know, so those two guys. Dave Bowen was another like prodigical player.
He's
that
a drummer?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
that I got to play with him.
Cool.
Um,
That's pretty cool. Where's he right
he's
now?
played all around. He's in Oklahoma City, I think, going back to school.
What?
Last I heard, married to an incredible bass player.
What?
Yes.
No
and
way.
He, I mean,
that's,
yeah.
that's the dream right there.
Dave and Cad were like, I mean, they took. They're the ones who first asked me to start soloing. We were playing Footprints, and so my job on the bass was to be like. And Cad would just like he would just play while like and then they would turn to me and they'd be like, now go, and I'd be like, and then I learned that they liked some kind of theme, right? So I would I didn't really know what to do, so I would just kind of start playing some notes, and then
Share something real quick.
I don't know what I did. I just started playing.
I mean, what would you do now?
On Footprints.
Yeah.
I would play patterns that I know. I'd be like, you know, I mean, I would play in C and then I would play in F, but then I didn't really understand any theory, but they just made me. They were just like play, and they would just look at me until I felt the pressure, but like I have to play, and so they just kind of they really started getting me out there. There's just been so many different people. I've been gifted with such love and care and attention being poured into my life to develop this music, and and as a child, really kind of growing up in a really, it was honestly, there were elements of my childhood that were just kind of frightening to me, very very frightening. There was some instability and just a lot just kind of frightening if I'm really honest about it. There was like this child that's kind of, and music though, the point is that music, the patterns on this instrument and the solidity
would give you the stability.
There was form there, and I could latch onto that form, and I could
it would take you somewhere.
I would play these,
a safe place.
Play these patterns, and just like I think these were my first really conscious meditations.
There you go.
It's just we have these hands that interface with this very solid instrument, which makes invisible music.
Exactly.
And
universal sounds.
Yes.
I mean, you're communicating with the universe at that point.
Well, and that's one thing I asked Cademy, because Cad, he just had this. It's like he just heard it and could do it, or that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
And at one point, I just said, "How do you?" I asked this question, and this is kind of a universal question, like one that's maybe 2,500 years old or older. But it was, what's it all made of? I had the something came upon me to allow me to ask that question of Jason Cademy.
Okay.
And so he showed me these 5 diatonic patterns. He was like, well, a lot of music is made of this.
Oh wow.
And so that
He broke it down.
So he was kind of like, and it's true. I learned those patterns, and now I sometimes people think that I'm magical because they're like,
know
you've never
something."
heard that song and you can play it. And I'm like, yeah, because I mean, and
You already
I know
know.
in my heart. I mean, like I know the patterns, and
Yeah.
I've worked on how to, like the universal aspects of music. How do you work in and out? I've worked on sounds and
Wow.
how to.
That's brilliant.
It sounds like and how to use these patterns, and so. I mean,
you're just a smart dude. I mean, it's like, are you a prodigy?
no,
Or
no.
you're a smart dude who figured it out at a very young age, and now you're able to relate it to,
There must be some kind of intelligence there. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
There's some kind of intelligence working
I
there,
would think
but
so.
yeah.
Plus, you're dexterous. You've had the practice. I mean, so
I just love it. I love it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel right.
there you go.
I like to share. I like to share it. I like it when other people get it.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
that's part of it too. Is just
Yeah.
having this desire to share and to try to share like something that because it's to me this was everything. I mean when I discovered this I was like, well, this is it. Like
Yeah.
how could there be anything?
Yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is it. And so it wasn't the last thing that I did that with, because that's kind of how I lived my life is in these extremes, these extreme highs and extreme lows, and that's kind of served my music in a sense.
Like in
The
a sense,
highs.
you're learning as you go. I mean, life is like a constant lesson, and if you tap into it, boom.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Feed me because I am hungry for this.
I like that.
And it sounds like you've been feeding yourself. I mean, it sounds like you've been feasting at the frickin' buffet, bro. That's what it
Thank you.
sounds like, bro. That's a compliment. Pound it. That's a compliment. Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
my
Yes,
friend.
sir.
Thank
So,
you.
do me a favor, real quick. This interview before it ends. Fast forward now to here we are in Key West.
Yeah,
so
here we
many
are.
years later. Okay, we were about to call Jason on FaceTime, right?
Right.
We still could. It's not too late. The phone's right there. So grab the phone. Let's see if he's available. Grab the phone. Let's see. I want to hear the poison story from him. High school. Go to FaceTime. Do the thing.
I don't know if we're.
You can do it.
I don't know if this
What
is good.
what
really.
time schedule is he on?
He's 2 hours. Or, let's see. I
behind?
think he's in Oklahoma
he's-
City.
He's living in the past. That's part of the problem. Your future forward in Key West. We're talking Key West, 2020, man. We're talking to
We're not-
Travis Irwin here, and he's about to dig up the past. 2 hours in time. We're talking the DeLorean, bro.
He's
Back
not-
to the future.
He's not on my messenger, man.
No? Are you
he's
sure?
not. Yeah.
You don't have to. He doesn't have to be on your messenger. You go to his profile page and say message him, and then it automatically flips up to the phone icon. I
Well-
do it all the time.
No,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm not getting good cell coverage. Look, it's not. It's
Something
it's
must.
having-
What
it's
happened
having a
between you
loading.
and Jason?
Yeah,
I want to know the real story.
We've been.
Okay,
It's
screw
been
that.
strained.
Screw that.
It's been
I
strained.
understand. I understand.
And
I understand.
And I love him.
Listen,
And I'm so grateful.
you're all right.
I'm grateful for my friend Jason, but it's been strained and
Okay. Okay.
egos. I think my ego for sure.
Yes.
My ego
now,
for sure.
Now,
has
fast
strained that
fast
relationship.
forward to the present. Tell me about your musical experience here in Key West.
Oh my
Where are
gosh.
you right now?
I'm at
Where
the
is
southernmost.
Travis
I'm at
Irwin?
the southern. We are at the southernmost tip
We certainly are.
of the continental United States, I guess.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, and I came here to hear a mango fall from a tree,
I've heard those.
and I certainly did.
Mm-hmm.
They generally don't make any sound until they hit the ground
Yeah.
or something.
Right. That's like does a tree make any sound when it falls in the middle of the forest?
Right.
Pretty much.
But I came here on the invitation of a friend of mine, of Ian, who was working on the floors.
Ian Whalen. I know
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
That's a good
He's
guy
working on
right
the
there.
floors out at Banana Bay with Tyson and Cody
Another good
and
guy.
Rob.
Another couple good guys.
And Ian called me and he said, "Why don't you come on out? We got a place you can stay here." And he said, "You can either work on the floors or I don't know. You can work on whatever you want to work on." So I loaded up my car. Took
With
a couple
all
of
of
days
your
to pack,
instruments?
with not all of my instruments, but three of my instruments:
okay.
my guitar, my mandolin, and my fiddle. No amplification gear or anything. Just I didn't really expect to be here as long as I have been, but I've been here for about a month now, and I've just been connecting with this beautiful musical scene. This it's so deep here,
It's
and
something.
I've met just I don't even want to start listing because I've already met just so many incredible people. But
You've bought yourself a busker's pass.
I did. I have a busker's license. I've been playing on the streets.
I know this one cat has hired you to learn one of his songs. He goes by the name of Kalonius.
Yes.
And he's been working on a song with you lately. How's that going?
it's great. It's going good. Yeah. It's a drinking song.
A drinking song.
Yeah.
Really? Because last time I had heard that song, it more sounded like a freaking some sort of like recovery.
Yeah, we're gonna make a recording. We're gonna make a
like
recording soon. It'll be up. You'll get to hear it. You'll get to hear it. We're gonna me and Kayla. We're gonna make a recording.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
for that.
Kayla offered to pay to if I would learn the song. Then he would buy me a state park pass for the state of Florida.
Wow.
So
That
Fort
seems like
Zachary Taylor.
Brilliant fair trade for me personally. But it sounds like Caleb's kind of getting a good deal because you're a brilliant freaking like a legend in your own way. All right. Well, that's the wrap for this interview. We'll maybe do a part 2 some other day.
Thank you very much for having me.
This is the Kalo Show featuring Travis Irwin. Let's end this off with a little ditty, little scales and whatnot. Something cool like Travis Irwin. That'll work.
All right.
All right, where's the button? That one?
Let me see. I want to make sure it's still got. Yeah, it's still red.